Hi guys, how are you? This is Louis. Welcome back to DX News. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, so recently we talked about Nexo and how they wanted to make a bid on Celsius. Well, they returned this week for another headline. But not as exciting as that one, or actually maybe more exciting. So this time Nexo is suing its former director, a man named Georgy Shulev. They are claiming that he breached a settlement agreement, and a big one apparently, because they're calculating losses of over $7 million because of that. So it began that he needed to transfer some crypto assets to Nexo, and in turn he will be compensated with $1 million, crypto assets that were under his control. Now Nexo seems to be pretty pissed they couldn't dump on us during the all-time high. Remember, they're alleging losses of over $7 million. And the reason for that loss is that the assets are locked on BitMEX, so they can't sell them. Shulev, on the other hand, is arguing that Nexo never complied with their side of the agreement in making the first of several installments of a settlement pay he would get. Another reason for Nexo's frustration could be the fact that they're trying to acquire troubled rivals during this time of the bear market, like Celsius and Vold. And get this, they've been so focused on acquiring these companies that they've actually hired Citigroup as financial advisors. To me, it's kind of interesting to see how these big banks that have been trashing crypto for years are now suddenly getting on board the train. You're going to have more and more institutions get on board as long as there's money to be made. And to finish off this segment, just reminding you that Celsius and Vold, these two precious companies, have both frozen withdrawals because of the market conditions. Alright guys, here's a shocker for you. So not a bank, Celsius, is running out of money. Who would have figured? So apparently Mr. Masinski and Celsius are $2.8 billion in the hole with their investors. And that's a lot of money, folks. Now consider also the fact that they had confirmed they were down $1.2 billion. So, hiding stuff. With their ongoing expenses and the ones around the restructuring in the company, which are around $137 million, folks, they're gonna run out of money by October. So, I have a big question. Like, how the hell does a bankrupt platform spend $40 million a month? Come on, man. Where do you do with it? Now, is this money being used to find options that are going to make investors whole again? I don't think so. I mean, really, at this point, these guys would just be better staking everything in DX once version 4 goes live. Let me just remind you also that Celsius is down over $2 billion in Bitcoin holdings and over $1 billion in Ethereum holdings. Good job, Alex. Mr. Masinski, congratulations. I salute you. Somehow, you managed to make banks look good. So, what do you guys think is going to happen with Celsius? Will Uncle Sammy get his prize? Will investors be made whole again? Or have their holes ripped even more? Let us know in the comments below, guys. I mentioned earlier that it was interesting to see these big banks coming on board the crypto train. In this segment, we have JP Morgan saying that companies like Coinbase will benefit greatly from the Ethereum merge. It happens that Kenneth Worthington, a financial analyst for JP Morgan, said that retail and institutional investors could benefit greatly, potentially, from the upcoming Ethereum merge. Coinbase will meaningfully benefit from the upcoming Ethereum merge and transition to a proof of stake, they said. Coinbase is bigger in Ether than was intuitive to us, thus leading directly to a bigger revenue opportunity, the bank wrote. JP Morgan has also given Coinbase shares a neutral rating and a $64 price target. Not bad, Coinbase CEO. I guess we shouldn't expect less from the Lex Luthor of crypto. Some estimates place Coinbase market share of Ethereum around 15% of supply. And let's not forget that they also have a significant amount of USDC liquidity. However, earlier this month, they posted a $1.1 billion net loss, and their shares had a drop of 29%. Now, the JP Morgan analyst claimed that besides Coinbase, other entities like Binance, FTX, Gemini would also benefit from the transition. Now, imagine a world where JP Morgan comes out saying good things about FTX and Coinbase. It kind of makes me wonder if this merge is a good idea to begin with. Would the individuals benefit more by having their crypto in their wallet rather than in these exchanges? I think the obvious answer is not, at least for me. However, many crypto rookies or people who are just starting on board seem to believe they are safer in a trusted institution rather than having their own control of their things. I guess at the end, they don't trust themselves enough. And let's close out the segment by pointing out that as we come nearer to the merge, Ethereum prices have actually gone up. Then they had a slow drop. Following up, guys, battle of the YouTube shed posters. Yeah, you heard it right. Ben Armstrong, better known as Bitboy, one of the biggest crypto YouTube influencers, is suing another YouTuber by the name of Erling Menschel, aka Atozy, for defamatory and damaging statements. Oh, poor thing. So these statements come from a video that we're sharing in the description. The link is below, so take a look at it. So the Bitboy lawsuit claims that Menschel directly attacks Bitboy's livelihood. Does this by saying that Bitboy is not someone who can be trusted and is not someone that you should be turning for crypto advice to, because you don't know if he's trying to enrich you or trying to enrich himself. What do you think? Who is he trying to make rich? Not someone to take advice from? That kind of sounds like the disclaimer that every crypto YouTuber or influencer wannabe puts out. And even this Bitboy fella constantly says that he is not someone who you should be taking financial advice. He actually does state several times that he is not an advisor, lawyer, etc. But then he constantly goes on to say how his shills are life-changing for his consumers and, how much they're making so much money off of it. So contradicting there. And as it turns out, many of his calls were actually paid shills. And he actually has gone on to say that he stopped taking money for these shills and that he really regrets it because a lot of his followers actually lost money on them. So I want you to look at him closely. If you really look and really focus, like behind the Gucci glasses, behind the Gucci tracksuit and the Gucci sneakers, and behind the beard and several layers of body fat, you can see that he's very, very sorry. And here are some of the shills that turned out to be rugs. DxStuff, CXN Network, Ethereum Yield, Cytherium, MYX, just to name a few. And it happens that immediately after these projects went on and tanked, he deleted the videos. So looking into the description of his channel, it reads, "For general information purposes only. Please be advised that I am not a professional advisor in business areas involving finance, cryptocurrency, taxation, securities, commodities, or the practice of law. Nothing written or discussed is intended to be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice, nor should it be." Menschel, on the other side, on his Twitter bio says that his YouTube channel is a place to talk about people doing dumb stuff on the internet. Now, here's where it comes to doing your own research. Visit the link in the description below. See how the video opens up and how this Bitboy fella is claiming that he has never told people to go out and buy things.
I'm just saying, we are the most transparent channel. If people rake us over the coals for things, we do what we say that we do. And you're here saying that I shill coins. And yesterday you were saying, like, we just go, we say, go buy this and we sell bags. Never in the history of this channel have I done that. Not one time, not one single time have I ever done that.
After that, I want you to go forward to the 4-minute 35-second mark.
There's a method to my madness, and you have to just trust me when we find these coins.
So, I mean, really, which one is it? Benny, I gotta tell you, you can't have it both ways. Unless you... So, have you ever invested in a Bitboy shill? How did it go for you? Let us know in the comments below. And to top off, guys, the best for the last. Of course, we're gonna talk to you about NFT brawlers. Remember, there's a whitelist going on, so if you go to the Telegram group, you can access there and apply. We're getting closer and closer to the big day, guys. The game was unveiled and had very good reviews, and it's getting out there. And in case you haven't noticed, our socials are getting verified. Look for our checkmark on Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay, guys, this is Lewis signing off, reminding you to always do your own research. Until next time.